It was a warm summer afternoon, and I was in my early 20s. And my friend Shayna and I were going somewhere, and I was in the wrong lane. I was in the lane that was going straight, but I needed to turn into the left lane. So I was able to stick the nose of my car in the lane over to get over left. And then once the light turned green, I could just like go in there and basically cut everybody off. And the lady that was directly behind me was not happy about it. And she was following me so close behind my car and honking and just like, what do you call it, tailgating me. And so finally, I'm just like, okay, whatever. I pull over, and the lady, I didn't know it was a lady at the time. I didn't know who it was. So she passes me once I pull over, she passes my car, and she pulls over several yards ahead of where I pulled over. And then at the same time, basically, me and my friend Shayna get out of the car, and the lady gets out of her car, and she's yelling at me and I'm yelling at her, and we're cussing each other out and just talking crap. I don't even remember what we were saying. Just talking crap. And as we were yelling at each other, we're approaching each other. We're both walking towards each other. And I guess I felt maybe stronger because I had Shayna, but then I looked back and she was still standing by the passenger side door, so it was just me. This lady, she was probably like 20 years older than me. She was smaller than me. It was a black woman, and she was very masculine. She had short hair. She had baggy clothes. I could tell she could pack a punch. And so I'm like anticipating this fight that's going to happen because I'm not going to back down because I was an immature maniac. And so eventually we're basically face to face, and I'm anticipating one of us put our hands on the other, and then it all goes down, like one person pushes the other, then it just turns into a brawl. I never thought like, did she have a weapon? I never thought about anything like that. So we're face to face, we're still yelling, cussing at each other, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere she yells, "My mom just died." And I yelled, "I'm sorry." And it's a really strange feeling, going from feeling like you want to physically hurt somebody, going from feeling like you want to cause somebody pain, to feeling like deep empathy and sympathy for somebody's pain, that same person. It's like a really odd feeling. But immediately I yelled, "I'm sorry." And then she just started to cry, and I started to tear up, and we just started hugging for a significant period of time. I was just hugging her, and she was crying, and I was like, "I'm so sorry. I can't even imagine what you're going through." I look at Shayna, she's still standing at my car, and she's confused. And as I'm walking back to my car, she's walking back to her car, and we're still kind of yelling at each other like, "I'm really sorry, you're going to get through this. I know it's so hard. Your mom wants the best for you," those types of things. And I always think back to this moment where I was so caught up in the situation and in myself that I was unable to see that the person I was interacting with, the person that I was arguing with, was in deep pain and mourning. I couldn't see it. And so I always try to think back to this situation when I'm in a similar kind of situation with a stranger or with somebody that I know, somebody who is seemingly antagonizing me or being rude or being cruel even. When strangers, and especially driving, when people are driving aggressively, it's easy to just assume that they're targeting you or that they're just pieces of crap. And it's doing yourself a disservice to just assume that you're a victim. It's like most people that are acting this way are doing it because they are under some kind of extreme stress. And the only way you could possibly help them is with understanding and compassion, not letting it get to you. You just really never know what somebody could possibly be going through. And so it's really easy to discount or make excuses for ourselves when we act this way, when we act overly irritable in public or with people because we've already had a bad day and everything's going wrong, and now these people are inconveniencing us. I guarantee that everybody has been in that moment, but we all give ourselves an excuse because we have an excuse. And it's easy to excuse ourselves because we know what's going on in our lives and in our minds and what's happened to us and all the pain and struggle that's just building up inside of us. But we don't lend that same understanding to others that we don't know because we don't know. And that's the thing. It's like, I try to look at everybody like that baby that was born, thrust into this world full of pain and agony and lies, and being held by their mother with hope and love in her heart. It's like, I try to look at these people that are irritable and taking it out on me. I try to look at them like a child that deserves compassion and understanding. And yeah, maybe they're misbehaving right now, but maybe it's because all they want is their mommy, but their mommy's never coming back.